Welcome back to our daily market analysis. It's Henry here, bringing you the latest updates on SPY and QQQ along with other popular tickers. If you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell to stay updated with our daily market insights. And don't forget to smash that like button to show your support. Let's dive right into today's analysis. Before we start, I just want to point out that I think it's very clear at this point that this was going to be, or now is, the higher low that has been put in. Buyers have very clearly stepped up to the plate, and it does look like they're going for the highs. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but I think they have marked their territory at this point. Now let's kick things off with the daily charts. I'm just going to point out you do have a daily bullish engulfing candlestick right here that was following this hammer candlestick / pin bar that was formed on the gap fill yesterday, and you have, as of today, filled the upper gap over here at 441.90. Now going over to QQQ, I want to point out you do not have a bullish engulfing candlestick, but you do have a bullish candlestick nevertheless, and it does also look like you are pushing up to these highs. And yeah, let's kick things off with the 30-minute time frame over here for the intraday time frames. All right, so I want to point out this morning, buyers look to have flipped this this supply zone back into demand. It was demand before, but you got underneath it. You came down, you bounced off of your gap fill, just like I pointed out over there on SPY, and now you are proving that this is now going to be your demand. So if we do end up falling back down, this is where I do expect buyers to start stepping back up, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. But if it does, that is what I will be watching. Now over here on SPY, I will point out you have busted right through this supply zone, which now I am expecting that to become demand. So if you do end up coming down here, I do think it would just be for a back test, and I think you are then going to carry on and push up to the high. Now, I do want to point out you are actually only 0.3% away from the high, and I'm going to say if you do end up closing out the day above 443.90, that is going to be an extreme sign of bullishness going into next week. And I do think we can then start looking for this 448, the open to it level, to finally come to fruition, which was the target when the rising wedge broke out quite some time ago, somewhere over here. But right above there, you will have this supply zone going from, it's on this wick over here, so 448 all the way up to 450. So I do expect that is where sellers would step in. And if this uptrend is going to continue, it would probably go a little something like that. You would do that and then maybe do that, or you come up for a double top, or you come up for your lower high. But nonetheless, we will get to that when the time is there. Right now, we just got to focus on what is in front of us, and what's in front of us is the bulls stepping up to the plate. All right, so coming over here to IWM, I will point out now, I actually want to point out you don't have a bullish engulfing candlestick over here, but over here on the futures market, you do have a bullish engulfing candlestick on the day. You want to see above average or increasing volume on the day to support that candlestick, just as the same you would like to see over here on SPY and QQQ, which as of right now, I don't know how that's going to end out. It is only 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do put out a Twitter update post, after hours. So each and every day for the weekly updates, I will either do it Friday or Saturday. So if you want to go check that out, link is down below, or you can wait to the end of the video to see the link tree, and it will be there. But yeah, come back over to IWM. It does look like buyers stepped to the plate right at this, demand zone, which is the bottom of your range. It was the top of your range over here, but it looks like we did establish this new range over here and further established it right there. Now, once we broke above this 184.91 level right here, you were then looking for it to push up here to 187-ish, which it does seem to have gone straight up. And honestly, IWM is blowing my mind. Now, we did not make it to the bottom of the range over here, but again, on the futures market, that did end up showing us getting the bounce right there at the bottom of the range. There's that. All right, so the next thing I will point out is Apple. Apple over here does have a hammer candlestick on the day, which is another sign of strength following the bullish engulfing candlestick before. I do want to point out over here, the bullish engulfing candlestick marked the end of that correction, which, had a hammer candlestick before it. And then you had over here, you didn't quite have a bullish engulfing candlestick, but it was of that nature. So I do want to point that out. That's what happened the last two times. I guess the last time, because that's not an actual bullish engulfing candlestick. But yeah, nonetheless, Apple is going to be carrying the market. And if you want to see SPY and QQQ start heading up and break the highs, you are not going to want Apple to be stalling out. So we are going to have to be paying attention up here on Mr. Apple when we do get to there. And just to give some prices on that zone, let's actually make that let's make you just about right there. So that is going to be 193.70 all the way up to 194.53. You are looking for resistance on Apple. The reason I marked this out is because if we do end up coming down and breaking this new demand zone right here, because we did break above it. So if you come here, I do expect buyers to step up. We probably would continue, but say we do end up breaking down, then I would expect buyers to end up holding the line here, or at least try and hold the line here for it to come up for a lower high, and maybe stall up here, or maybe you carry it along your way. But yeah, if you come down here, look for a double bottom. All right, last thing is Mr. VIX. So Mr. VIX has a bearish engulfing candlestick on the day. Now, when this thing was up 20%, I was telling my people that, hey, all right, unless I'm missing something here, this is going to be the biggest daily spike since the banking fiasco went on all the way at March 13th, which let me just I think this was March 13th. And yeah, you come over to March 13th and that was literally the bottom. I think this was the day of the big VIX spike. So 2 days later, you end up having a major bottom. You had a major low get put into the charts. So I was not really expecting anything super different to come here unless the market's crashing. Same thing I was saying over there. Unless the market's crashing, all right, VIX was going to end up stalling out when its RSI got up here to overbought territory. And it doesn't have to happen, but I will point out there. Yeah, all right, VIX stalls out when it reaches there unless you have a crash going on right here where you can literally just stay up here in overbought territory. And let me just point out another example over here. Was this a crash? No, there's a 2018 scare. And then you had over here, all right, 2015. And then you really have this back in, 08. Yeah, 08 to 11. Or not 11, just 11. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That wraps up today's analysis. Remember, these are just my insights based on technical analysis, and it's important for you to do your own research. All right. Always important to do that. If you found this video helpful and want to stay updated with our daily market analysis, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you enjoyed the content, please show your support by smashing that like button. It helps me reach more viewers interested in the markets. Thank you very much and have a lovely day. Peace.